GDPR has struck me as something that's not unlike the Y2K problem in June of 1999, and all of a sudden it's like it could mean it's the end of the world as we know it, or nothing will happen. And nobody really knows, but do you want to take that chance is probably the right way to look at it if you're a business in this space. Interestingly, investors, for the most part, haven't paid much attention to it. I would dare say most can't spell GDPR yet. But I think that, I've vacillated in my opinions on what the implications are, from not having a meaningful effect to benefiting Google and Facebook in particular, to probably harming them, to potentially causing an air pocket of growth in the June timeframe, to recognizing the potential that self-funding regulators in individual European countries won't have the legal resources to sufficiently challenge them, and that therefore Google and Facebook may conduct business as usual because they're not afraid of out-litigating any individual country. And so there's a whole bunch of possible ways that this could shake out, and we don't know. But I think that the bigger problem, I think, is that a lot of, certainly market participants in the investment community haven't really thought about it. They're not aware of it. I think the longer term implications to me are pretty clear, and I think very impactful to the overall industry. And I see in Europe what GDPR and e-privacy represent are a different expression of the same problem that Apple is attacking with ITP in the United States. Both of these are a response to consumers' dislike and distrust of a lot of advertising. I've joked with the rise of market procurement and the aggressive cuts to advertising budgets that we see with some advertisers and their fear around brand safety and digital advertising. We have almost a mutual loathing between consumers and advertisers. But GDPR, like with ITP, I think ultimately is just an expression of where we're going in the future, that marketers have to establish stronger direct relationships with consumers and incenting them to establish strong direct relationships. And the ways in which marketers will change, I think, is maybe the most profound thing of all. The idea that instead of creating hyper-targeted segments of unknown prospects, it may become more and more important to focus on big brand building ideas that encourage consumers to want to establish relationships with brands. And then when you get to a level of trust between a brand and a consumer, they will hand over their data because they trust the brand, if they do trust the brand, that is. It feels like between, again, the European government and Apple, they're kind of both pushing brands in that direction.